Let us continue our episodes with emotional accountability, awareness, and self-regulation. Okay, so empowerment involves these because your emotions come up and inform you, the likes and dislikes. And I am attachment trauma informed in case you're new here. I embody spirituality and humanity. You can too. And it's not a belief system. The 5D mystic is oneness consciousness, person who knows left and right. And what it is we also tap into the infinite higher human conscious potential experiences. That's what I get to share. Spirituality, human elements. It's not a science classroom. No, pseudoscience lady, woo-woo, because some people don't experience or perceive or believe in mystics. It's okay. We're okay with that. That's what self-empowerment is, okay? So I love to engage in expanding conversations, and the 5D community are people that want to be their inner child. So to be yourself is easy. For me it was, at least, because I got lucky. Some others got lucky as well. And for those who are reclaiming their inner child, it's by learning how to reparent themselves with a good therapist and not projecting. Okay, so our previous episode, I got really passionate because yes, when you do know the entirety of your life as an adolescent, I was low self-esteem, emotionally mature like anybody else because we have ages. Okay, I'm attachment trauma informed before we keep moving forward. It's not rocket science, but there are a lot of people that don't want to learn about being human because they hate humans and they mistrust them and they distrust. And that's called misanthropists. As a teenager, I would say, when you're crapping on humans, you're crapping on yourself. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. So I just disengage from that. Now, people would say, but you won't be with all people, Maria. And I don't know about that. I mean, I followed Jesus and God, and I was taught how to be humble and how to love, and we're all brothers and sisters. So, of course, I'm not going to be around people that are a physical threat to me. And as a child, you grew up with knowing about the devil, the story, and demons, and da-da-da. I'm a 5D mystic. I know about the plane of infinite Akash. It's really beautiful, by the way. So here's the deal. I'm going to mix and match a little bit. So if you're not a mystic, please bear with me for a minute. It's for 5D mystics. There are no energy vampires, dark auras, the whole shadow work thing. People that are in the 4D plane use words out of quote-unquote context. I know that some are like, well, don't you do that? Well, I'm trying not to do that. I'm bringing the human stuff with the spiritual stuff. So the human sciences, attachment trauma, thank goodness I got those, gives me a skeleton to share. You have a 0-1-year-old attached, panicky, 3 to 7, shame submissive. I do too. And then you have a freeze of all ages, a flight 11-12, and a fight 14-15-16. These are charged states. I learned these from my lovely teacher, therapist. She is, if I remember correctly, Sue Martin. Other people use the IFS model. And when I say people, subject matter experts, the good ones, the good mental health experts. So this is why in the previous episode on an empowered woman, when it comes to any human being, in my case, man, that comes my way, I don't care if you're a narcissist, a dismissive avoidant, or fearful avoidant. You're going to be treated equally because you have the same 0-1-year-old. And while breakup coaches, I can't even believe that a person would be interested in a human being who broke up with you, whether it's discard or breaking up. But then again, I'm a self-empowered woman because I did not get, thank you, mother, shamed, blamed, frightened, none of that. You got a 0-1-year-old right here. I'm not attaching to you. And as an adolescent, I did recognize the unkindness of those who, a tu brute, and I remember noticing it's not a movie. So long story short, thank you, Jesus. I love Jesus because Jesus taught me very well how every one of us is imperfect and flawed, and he walked a walk and talked a talk, and I do too. So does Sadhguru, so did Buddha, and so does a lot of restorative embodiment people. So human beings, our nature with our mammalian heritage is kindness and compassion. The 7 of 14 charming, which actually are grandiose human beings on the screen, they're all, you know what, they're the culty cult leaders, ethical cult leaders, and traditional cult leaders that look like basically the ancient type of man or woman. And you see experts saying that human beings will always need... No, I'm going to make sure people know how to discern because, see, if you have your 0-1-year-old like I do, you're not on a pedestal. So this is why emotional awareness, oh, I'm not perfect and I won't be perfect. But if you and I are creating what I think is a snowman, you better bet I'm going to let you know all of what I feel. And it won't be in your face, shaming, blaming, faulting, revenging, because that's for the codependent, low self-esteem people. So again, empowerment, it is when you embody spirituality, which means you move beyond the solo self. You know, meaning beyond the solo self, I already did with Jesus and God. Now I'm expanded to yoga and Akash. And to me, they all are the universal love energy. And this makes me sad when I see people who don't realize they were fear-mongered as they were infants, their belief system, everything that comes up is not about the books. I know what the books are. I had my conversation with God about the books, and that's why my relationship continues. I just reformulated the word I use so that I can respect the ones who will maintain their basically in the ancient times. And so humanity, we evolve. People don't like evolution. No, I don't know about that. I think they are all pseudo-alive, because when you say technology and sciences is taking your divinity away, you don't know what divinity is. You really don't. Dark matter, dark energy. And thank you, Sadhguru, for existing. If you overflow with humanity, divinity has to descend. So the 4D, they're spiritual bypassers who think of divinity as actually, you know, when kids get a golden star, and so they think of an entity in and of itself, whether it's 3D or 4D, they still are waiting to be seen, to be soothed, to be secure, safe, and then secure, to know what happens once you die, basically. We have secondary consciousness as human beings. I faced that when I was a kid growing up. That's why, again, I got lucky. I got Marcus Aurelius. Maria, why worry about something you can't do anything about? Use your brain in another way. And I did. Oh, mind, it's your friend. Mindset is everything, because what comes up is what's translating the emotional plane. So on that note, discernment. The ability to view the world and people around you from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. You can only have compassion if you have integration of the brain, which means the left chit-chatter is your friend, right is not overwhelmed. You don't project and deflect and do any of the, I'm going to justify. There's a lot of blamers, victims, the squirrels from Cusco land and Cusco, martyr superiors, the spirituality bypassers, the ones who think they know everything because of clairs. They go up to people and they tell them, in an accusatory way. Now, don't get me wrong. I do that too, but it's with my close-knit, and I don't accuse them like that. I actually am always open to conversations, but I am quite present. So if somebody is afraid, and that's on them to work with their dysfunctional nervous system and dysregulated. So if you have a 0-1-year-old attached, panicky, and 3-year-old that's shame, submissive, and heartbroken and defective, I'm not going to be able to know this. And when you project at me, I am going to speak back, because see, I don't have shame. No shame button here. That's why emotionally aware, accountable, and mature people, I can say, I'm so sorry that you think that I'm an evil bitch or an evil witch, which, by the way, most people don't know how to tell you. But when they do insinuate that you don't want their happiness, so that you don't want compersion for them, and it's a liar, liar, pants on fire. I have one of my friends, it's a great story. As he wrote me, are you happy now? Because he was being cheated on. And I had given him advice as a friend. And that's a spiteful 3-year-old with a 16-year-old that has an attitude. I love my friend. Him and I are still friends to this day. When he's writing me, in the meantime, I'm at a funeral. And I'm thinking, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then I'm thinking, wow, really? You think I would be happy of your misery? Oh, I forgot. So many people don't trust each other. And then again, they build relationships. What's all that about? Oh, they don't know what authority is. Powerful, directed, receptive, wise, and loving. That's right. They don't know how to remember that they're human. And that's because they don't know how to have flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, stable brain. It's not a special gift, by the way, to be 5D or a mystic. Although the mystic plane, it is for those of us who have a relationship. Most amazing, by the way, to have downloads, past regression, Akashic records, you name it. But as we end, it's a journey. You do therapy if you need your inner child back, and you do personal development if you want to be an actually empowered person who's always loving. And so, long story short, when people, like my friend, what he did, I said, look, you don't know me if you think I would be happy for your misery. Those are envious, jealous, spiteful, low self-esteem human beings who in fact can be supported to get their inner child whole. I don't want anything except for happiness for you. And it's not because of something being out there waiting for me. No, I've moved beyond that. That's the Enlightenment Soul Age group. It's not for some golden star. I'm a human, you're a human. I'm going to treat you with love and kindness and respect. Tune in for more.